week one of the Kealoha trial done. What's next? So we have our legal expert, former Lieutenant Governor and Attorney General Doug Chin.
Hello.
This is a lot to unpack.
Oh yeah, and like one of the things I explained earlier this week was how ultimately this case is all about a conspiracy. And so it's one thing if you have one person that just goes in and robs a bank, but if you're trying to talk about 5 different people, then all of them did different parts, and it's really easy for them all to say, I didn't actually know what I was doing. I was only doing one part of it. So it's up to the prosecutors to have to like connect every single dot of what's going on. So what you see here is a lot of circumstantial evidence. You see somebody finding subpoena documents in a burn pile, or you have like super high-ranking officers handling kind of a low-level burglary report. I was thinking it's kind of like if the executive producer for KHON ended up doing the traffic report. It would just be something that you would think, that's strange. You know,
a little
why
strange, right?
Like, why would that happen?
Multifaceted, no, I'm just joking.
Right. And I think that's exactly what the former Assistant Chief Richard Robinson was getting at when he was saying that, you know, that's very strange because these people should be investigating murders and homicides, and instead they've been assigned for some whatever reason to be handling this mailbox investigation. So there's a lot of suspicion, and whether that connects all the way up to an actual crime, that's up to the prosecutors to prove it.
Puzzle pieces.
Yeah, right, exactly.
How difficult is this going to be for the prosecutors? These allegations date back over a decade, back to 2007, and when it comes to the defendants, there's 5 co-defendants pleading their innocence here. Right. Is it going to be difficult, and with circumstantial evidence and not exact concrete evidence? Is this very difficult to kind of prosecute?
Sure, and it could be, but I think we have some very skilled high-powered prosecutors that are coming from San Diego and from all over the U.S. Attorney's offices to be able to do this. So I'm sure it's within their wheelhouse to be able to put it all together. But that's exactly one of the things that we were hearing from the opening statement is how it's not so much that the defendants are saying something else happened. They're basically saying what the prosecutors have for you isn't enough. That's different, right? I mean, because that's basically just saying that the prosecutors aren't going to be able to put enough together to be able to get you across the finish line to decide that if their crime occurred. So, you know, that's an interesting aspect of this trial is that there may not be a different story. It might just all be the same story, and the other side will just be saying, we don't think it adds up.
An interesting aspect. There are multiple interesting aspects. One thing in particular I wanted to ask you about, Manolo Morales was in court today. He discussed this burn pile.
Oh, yeah.
Can we talk about this burn pile? That doesn't bode well.
Right.
For the co-defendants.
Sure, and it's the whole idea that whenever you're trying to subpoena documents, I mean, whether you're any company, you're always going to try to be conscientious about holding on to sensitive materials. So especially in law enforcement, if it was at the police office or the prosecutor's office, if you had this sense that instead what was happening is sensitive documents were ending up being shredded, well, again, I think that's the signal or the hint that the prosecutors are trying to put together to say, look, this doesn't work out, and there's something suspicious about this, and hopefully they can put it all together.
Well, this was only week one. We've only had a handful of witnesses take the stand so far. The prosecutors have over 100 witnesses. I'm curious to know, will we see all 100?
Probably not. In other words, I think a lot of times when prosecutors, or even on the defense side, when they put out witnesses, they're listing every possible person and just putting the other side on notice. That doesn't mean that they're going to call every single person.
Fascinating. Thank you so much for your input once again. Justin, over to you.